You're good. Adjusting our chairs.
Yeah,
this is all very important.
The governor of Alaska is young, Republican, and a woman. 44-year-old Sarah Palin is a wife, mother of 4, and the first woman and youngest governor elected in the history of Alaska.
She was recently featured in Vogue magazine. Some political analysts are putting her on the short list of possible running mates for Senator John McCain. Welcome to the show, Governor. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. We're honored to get to be here.
Now, you're in town for a conference on women.
Right. Newsweek has a conference on women in leadership, and Governor Napolitano from Arizona and I will be participating in that tonight.
We wanted actually to talk to you about the fact that there's a lot of news being made about you being a possible running mate for Senator John McCain. And some have been questioning his age as well as ability to attract female voters and younger voters. How did it all come about that your name was put on the list?
Well, I think there's a recognition in McCain's camp that there is that gap there that he has between maybe younger voters and female voters. So I think they're just putting their feelers out and looking for some qualified, enthusiastic potential candidates, and they're talking to all of us right now. So, no done deal there at all, not even close. In fact, I'm trying to deal in reality here. Reality is I really doubt that I'd be the one to be tapped. So, we're just concentrating on those needs up in Alaska and how I can best serve in my home state.
Sometimes people rule it out. Would you rule it out? Would you say to Senator McCain, no, I'm not interested?
I don't know. Again, I'm trying to deal in reality. And reality to me is that is so far out there, it's tough to even contemplate such a thing. So in the meantime, just, serving my constituents up in the state of Alaska, a lot going on up there, a lot that Alaska can be doing to contribute to the United States in terms of resource development and bringing oil and gas into these parts of the United States. Couldn't believe the price of gas you guys are paying down here, too, while we're sitting on trillions of cubic feet of natural gas up in our state. Things like that, Alaska should be contributing more to you all. So that's what I'm concentrating on.
Well, we want to talk to you more about those natural resource issues, but one of the things, if we're going to talk about dealing reality, people still are kind of bugging out on the fact that you're a woman, that you're attractive, and that you're young. And they seem to be making a big deal about that. The hottest governor, she used to be a former beauty queen. There's lots of things.
I was giving you a hard time about the American Spectator calls you the beautiful conservative Republican governor of Alaska.
Does that get old to you?
Sure, yeah. I would much rather the recognition be for being hardworking, intelligent. All of a sudden, you go through the same thing, don't you? Yeah. So, I think it's a little bit.
Is it a sort of a double standard that we in the media put on women who are leaders, or is it just culturally that's how we are? When we talk about women, if it's a woman, we say a beautiful woman. If it's a guy, we just say
a guy.
That is a double standard, absolutely. And I'm a supporter of McCain, not so much a supporter of Hillary Clinton's candidacy, but I'll tell you, I admire and respect Hillary Clinton's ability to put up with what she has to put up with when people talk about looks. They talk about, the cleavage issue that came up. My goodness, I think that is just so
How do you think she's handling the criticism?
I think she's handling it well, as well as she can. She has to work, I think, twice as hard in that arena, and she's doing a good job handling that criticism.
You're a bit of a different Republican governor. You've admitted using marijuana.
Thanks for the reminder.
That's something that we don't often. It was, I think, generationally, it has changed. Why did you do that?
Well, it was legal in Alaska at the time, growing up in Alaska, and for me, it's much easier for me to just be honest about things and not try to buffalo my way through an answer. So when I was asked about this when I was the mayor of a city in Alaska, if I had ever tried it, I said, yeah, I tried it, and that's, I guess, kind of haunted me ever since. But, I'm trying to be honest about that. It was legal in Alaska, but I think it was a reflection also, though, of the time in which I've grown up, the generation. Changes there.
Let's talk about something that affects both of our states, that proposed pipeline from Alaska to California. What's the status of that, Governor?
We're working very, very hard to tap Alaska's resources safely, ethically, environmentally safely is going to be so important here. Alaska is sitting on trillions and trillions of cubic feet of natural gas, which is a clean source of energy. And it's being warehoused, essentially, by big oil producers right now. It is time, especially, again, with those prices of gas that you guys are paying right now and the huge demands, not only in the U.S., but overseas also. It's time to start tapping those domestic, safe, clean supplies of energy versus where we are today. About 60% of America's energy comes from foreign sources, unstable, volatile regimes that could cut off supply at any time. that creates an unsafe environment here in the United States.
Well, Governor, we appreciate your time. And
Thank
if
you.
you do get tapped, would you call us first and let us know that you've made it?
And the next time you come, bring Frank a moose burger. I don't believe he's ever tried one of those.
You
I'd
gotta
love
do
to
that.
eat
Quite tasty. Good to meet you, Governor.
Good protein. Thank you.
That's good.
Thanks so much.
Real pleasure, Governor Sarah Palin from Alaska.